I thought I would do a video tour of the studio just to kind of show you, well, this is what I would like to see if anybody was showing a video of their studio. So there is my hammer rack, there is the draw bench and the press of my bookshelf. Right, I'll just show you the kitchen now in a wee minute. This is one of the benches with a very nice picture. Got all the draw plates, nice vise. That's a roller mill. That's my pillar drill. A polisher. That's my ring press or ring sizer. There's my dog. He comes with me every day. Clyde. Hello. Here is the other benches. There's a piece that I'm working on. It's a long necklace. The links have been 3D printed. They've been done in platinum. I might show you them in a wee while. This bench here is where I usually work with wax. This here is my corner bench. I'll stand back a wee bit. That's the microscope. Where I do most of the settings. So it's all set up for me to be completely enclosed and supported in that corner. So I've got everything to hand. Another bench. There's my soldering paint table with all my little odds and ends. There's my blowers, two of the blow torches. The gas sits. Where's my pickle sits? These are all my old pliers I broke over the years. I think that one is like 23 years old. There's all my plants on my windowsill. All these are like air purification plants, so they kind of purify the air that's in the studio. And there's some more pliers. There's my saw rack where I keep the saws. So this is a poke welder. So I do most of the drawing. There is, that's my vise where I'm going to work with the rings and stuff like that. That's my anvil. That's the other side of the poke welder there. This is where I do most of the CAD work. In the corner. So I've got two kind of screens so they work at the same time. So I'll do some drawings there as well. Kitchen's never tidy, but I'll show you the bathroom because it's, I don't know, it's weird to show the bathroom. It's a repleter with a barrel polisher. And then the bathroom, which has got like the liquid 3D printer and an ordinary 3D printer as well, with all the stuff you need for it. It's kind of how it works. And then behind, so there's obviously another plant there to keep air purified. And then that's a Sonic. That is a washer for the resin prints. And everything is in hand with everything that you need. You know, so you don't have to be going around the studio, so you keep all of the stuff in the same place. And I built it up over 20 years. It did nothing like this. The benches were designed by a guy, company called Design Onion, a guy called Ronan. Most people know him. You know, all the bench is really nice. So you kind of have everything kind of placed on the way I want it, and they're all on different levels. You know, probably gonna do loads of little tips. There's one tip that I usually do as well is I make my emery sticks out of lollipop sticks. Just glue them on, super glue, and you can shape them into different sizes and shapes. Some 3D printed stuff. And I've been working on over the last couple of years. Ring sticks, files, and that's my lovely microscope that I'm always using. This video is just show different kind of processes that I run through with one piece that I'm working on at the present time. Usually I'm working on maybe 3 or 4 at the same time through drawings and concepts and meetings with people every day. And well, this video is maybe show you some kind of, maybe some of the pitfalls, and maybe some of the ideas that I really kind of are quite interested about at the present time. This is where I'm kind of interested in the way they want the work to kind of go. Now, this is a very, very simple ring. It's not very complicated, but sometimes when you're dealing with process like casting, sometimes it doesn't go right, and then sometimes you have to fix your problems. But the concept is, you know, I suppose when you're kind of dealing with jewelry, and sometimes you have bad weeks, sometimes you have good weeks, and I think jewelry is one of them things where you have to, well, I keep kind of saying, like, having the balls to fix your problems as well, you know, not give up. So the concept was for this ring was a kind of a futuristic kind of thing with the guy's emblem on the front. He runs a company and he wants this emblem on the front of the ring. So first off, it was very kind of symmetrical and clinical, and so I kind of don't really like that. So I like to complicate things and make things a little bit more interesting by maybe working with wax, with 3D model, and that's my main thing at the present time. That's what I really love, is making, like, working with old school techniques like wax carving and forging and everything like that there, and mixing them with new kind of concept kind of techniques. So it'll make more sense when I show you this. So first of all, this is the drawing that's on the screen at the present time. So the guy's thing was that this was the emblem that he wanted to put on the ring, and I designed the piece. Looks kind of quirky because I designed the piece that it had all of these little things on it. Now they're there to get the next part of the job. So you kind of design the whole thing through size and through thickness of the engraved part, and then, you know, you've got the different sides. That's his emblem that are mapped into the computer. Then to get the extrude point to kind of get this perfect shape here. It looks a bit better when you shade it. Well, you can't really see shading because it's what you would call it. But you can see it there. That's the kind of concept piece. So then through that, you know, you're dealing with size as well. So you're getting the size of the ring all sorted out before you even do so. This mathematical principle here. So you have to kind of veer for size difference as well through the casting process, the shrinkage that kind of goes on. So you learn that all in time, but sometimes you just kind of leave a wee bit more than you need, so it kind of, so if there is a problem, you can fix it. Because you're dealing with old school metal, there always is going to be a problem, like, do you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of kind of, you know, you want too much rather than too little, but you don't want to waste money as well, so you kind of go in between that point. So this kind of next stage, so you're kind of working with the printer now. So this is kind of the like the workstation that you have for the printer. So you load the models into this program. I work with Prusa Slicer, which I think is really easy to work with. So that's your model on the bed. This is the complete bed that the printer works off. If you can see, okay, so that's the printer head. Okay, so she prints upside down. So you can see when you look at that on the TV, it's the exact same thing. So that's how you kind of judge for size and scale. And then it just this very cool thing now. So obviously it's not going to print like that. So you make the slicer do this, and like obviously there's just one ring on this, so I would print it out a couple of times in case something goes wrong, and you can work with that, and there it is there. So that's how it prints. So it got all your little tree. So this is how it builds it upside down. So it grabs every little point, and that's your complete thing on the top, you know. So so after it comes out of the printer, it's a long process now, but after it comes out of the printer, this is a start model. So this is it here after it comes out. So obviously all the little trees are gone, and because you take them off, they just kind of snap off because they're so thin when they touch the piece. I'll bring it down a wee bit. So you see the way they're tiny little things there. So they are designed to snap off really, really easy when you kind of print, you know, the actual program kind of sorts that all out. So a lot of it is just, these programs are so well done now these days. Okay, so then you get to this. Okay, so this is, well, it was printed in black resin. So I was able to send the guy he's in Manchester, I was able to send these over to him. He was able to try them on. Obviously I've got all of these little things, and the print is actually slightly different, but they had all of these little rings on it, because the next stage was I built wax on the top of it, because I want the sides to be kind of quite not organic, but kind of a little bit more free than what an actual printer would do. You know, the know-how of working with 3D modeling is I might know maybe 10% of what you can actually do, but it does exactly what it said, you know, what I wanted to do at the present time. Obviously you're always learning with 3D printing, you're always learning with different techniques and jewelry techniques, and it's to kind of keep it fresh. And then this was the final one, so you can see all the little hooks on the underneath, on the little kind of rings, hold the wax on so it keeps. That is a mess up of the actual casters, but sometimes you can't do anything about it. Then this is their model. So they take a mold of it, print it out. Obviously now, because of this top thing, is added on more time to it, but sometimes you just have to grin and bear it, and you have to fix it yourself. So, and then she comes back and she's like that. So obviously you've got the spruce on the inside, so it doesn't affect the thing on the outside. So what I'm doing this week is I'm going to shear this completely. I'm going to engrave in the thing, and then I'm going to inlay the two different parts of the metal. So obviously it's going to be a silver ring, but one side is going to be, this is going to be inlaid with 18 white, and this is going to be inlaid with platinum. Hope you enjoyed that. So if there's any questions as well on these videos as well, just as I said, everybody knows me anyway, so just text me, and I hope that was helpful. Okay, bye.